Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be going over two problems, one to do with a rhombus and one to do with vectors. These are actually question 18 and 19 from paper 1 of the June Maths GCSEs. So let's have a look at question 18 here. It says ABCD is a rhombus. The coordinates of A are 5, 11. The equation of the diagonal DB is half x plus 6. Find the equation of the diagonal AC. So let's first draw in DB. So that diagonal will be here. And the equation of that diagonal is y equals half x plus 6. And we are looking for the equation of the diagonal AC. So we're looking for this line. And this is really testing your knowledge of rhombuses, because there's one key fact about a rhombus you need to know here. It's that the diagonals intersect at 90 degrees. So the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. And what we know about perpendicular lines is that they have the slope of AC will be the negative reciprocal of slope of the gradient of DB. So we can say that the gradient of AC will equal -2, and that's the negative reciprocal of a half. And so therefore the equation of the line AC, will look like this: y equals -2x plus something. We don't know yet what the constant at the end will be. However, we can find it. It's a key skill in GCSEs is to be able to find the equation of a line using the gradient and a point on that line. And we do have a point, so we can say using 511. What we do is we put the y coordinate in where y is in this equation and the x coordinate in where x is, and we can say 11 equals -2 multiplied by 5 plus c, and that allows us to find c. So c is going to be 11 plus 10. If this is a -10, I need to add it to the other side. So c is going to be 21. So therefore the equation of line AC is y equals -2x plus 21. So I think you'd be fine with that question as long as you knew that the diagonals of a rhombus meet at 90 degrees, and then you know how to find the gradient of AC from the gradient of DB. Okay, so question 19 says OABC is a parallelogram. OA equals A and OC, the vector OC equals C. X is the midpoint of the line AC. Okay, so AC is here, and x is the midpoint of that, right? OCD is a straight line such that OC to CD equals K to 1. Right, so we need to put in the point D to make the line OCD, and this is a straight line. So D is going to be out here somewhere, and also we're told that x, the vector XD equals 3 lots of C minus half A, and we need to find the value of K. Okay, so x to D is 3 lots of C minus half A. Okay, so if we start at x, we need to go 3 lots of C this way, and then negative half A. So that will be the opposite direction of A, and half that distance. Okay, so let's see. If we've got about, let's say that's 1 lot of C, 2 lots of C, and 3 lots of C. Obviously this is just a diagram, so it doesn't have to be exact, but it's still good to try to make your sketches at least a little bit accurate to help with your problem solving. And then we've got half A. So if A is this way, negative A will be this way, and it will be half the distance of A. So effectively it will be going in this direction like that. Okay, so D is going to be about here. Right, and we know that OCD is a straight line. CD equals 1. And OC is K. Now, there's a couple of things I'll note before we continue here. We know that this line is parallel to OA, as this is the same, essentially the same vector, it's just in the opposite direction. And this line is parallel to OCD, as these are in the same direction. So what we've kind of done is created another parallelogram, and what we know about this parallelogram is this distance is half A. Okay, well that doesn't really help us much, but we know this distance, let's just call this point something else, let's just call it Y for example. We know that the line X to Y is 3 lots of C. And because X is the midpoint of this diagonal, we know that this section here will be a half of C. So this entire line will be 3.5 C, 3.5 C, or we can also write that as 7 over 2C. Okay, how does that help us? Well, what I said before was that this, essentially what we created here was a parallelogram. So we know that all of the sides, the opposite sides are equal, so OD will be the same length as the top side. OD will be the same length, so we can say OD is the same length, so 7 over 2C is the same as OD. Now, we know that K essentially is the same length as C. So 1, what we've called 1 in this ratio, is equivalent to the rest of the side length. So if this is 1 lot of C and this whole length is 7 over 2C or 3.5 C, this section will be 2.5 C. So if we say that K equals C, in this ratio we can effectively say that 2.5 lots of K is equivalent to 1 in this ratio. So we need to multiply K by 2.5 to get 1, whatever unit this is talking about. It's not important what units this is in because they haven't given us any units, but effectively 2.5 lots of K is equivalent to 1 in this ratio. Well, another way to write that is 5 over 2K is equivalent to 1, so K is equivalent to 2/5. Let me just reiterate kind of what I did there. So we said that this whole length was 3.5 C. If K is equivalent to 1 lot of C, in this ratio 1 was equivalent to 2.5 lots of C. Therefore K is 2/5 whatever unit this is. So this ratio would be 2/5 to 1. So this length is 2/5 of this length. I hope that makes sense. I hope this was a helpful video. Oh, by the way, leave a like if you appreciate this and leave a comment letting me know what you thought. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.